Unraveling the xenomorph life cycle is quite the task. From the facehuggers to the mysterious black goo, let's piece this puzzle together. The original Alien film depicts the xenomorph beginning its life cycle as a fleshy egg, which, when approached, releases a crab-like facehugger that attaches itself to a human face. Eventually, the facehugger lets go, and the slithering chestburster breaks through from the chest of the host. Within a few hours, the chestburster grows into the biomechanical-looking xenomorph, with a translucent domed head and an extra snapping jaw. The sequel, Aliens, features xenomorphs with ridged heads and extra defense appendages on their arms. A queen alien is also depicted in this film, and produces a fleshy egg every few seconds. In Alien 3, a facehugger uses a dog, or an ox, as a host, resulting in a quadrupedal xenomorph. This xeno is the first to appear noticeably less biomechanical, and for this film only is lacking its back dorsal tubes. The domed head, while less translucent, makes a reappearance. Alien Resurrection depicts xenomorphs with longer tails and arms, perfect for swimming. As a result of DNA splicing, a pale alien-human clone hybrid is born, but not even a mother could love it. In the first Alien vs. Predator film, xenomorphs appear similar to those from Resurrection, aside from the alien that dons an artful grid on its skull. This time, xenomorphs go face-to-face with predators, culminating in the birth of a predalien chestburster. In the sequel, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, xenomorphs have ridged heads again. The predalien chestburster from the previous film matures, resulting in an alien with predator traits. It's stated in these crossover films that there has been an ongoing fight between predators and aliens since Egyptian times, which contradicts the following film's timelines, so let's forget about that. The prequel, Prometheus, introduces godlike beings called engineers and black goo, which can alter DNA in mysterious ways. An android called David gets a hold of the goo and uses it to infect a scientist, who gets busy with his girlfriend and creates the premature squid-like trilobite. The trilobite grows and uses an engineer as a host, producing a smooth alien called a deacon. The prequel sequel, Alien Covenant, depicts plants being affected by the black goo, creating egg sacs. When the sacs are disturbed, spores are released and enter a human through any orifice. Once a host is infected, the spiky-backed bloodburster will burst out, first in quadrupedal form, then evolving into the bipedal standing neomorph. Meanwhile, the android David continues experiments with the goo, mixing it with human cells and other mystery pieces to make a xenomorph egg sac and facehugger. He finds a human host, and soon a tiny, nearly fully formed version of the xenomorph bursts out of the human experimentee. It grows into a thin and more organic-looking xenomorph, leading many to call this a protomorph. But whether David was working from a blueprint or his own invention isn't known. What we do know is that Ridley Scott will surely release another Alien film that changes the life cycle yet again, rendering this entire video completely worthless. Predator is the perfect hunter, but not every predator is born equal. From the Central American jungle to the LA cityscape and beyond, let's go through their evolution. The Predator first appears in 1987's Predator, featuring his trademark dreadlocks, silver armor, advanced weaponry, thermal vision, and cloaking abilities. He hunts down a series of army personnel in the jungle before going head-to-head with their major. After revealing his large, noseless face with distinct mandibles, he gets hit by a stump and chooses to self-destruct. Predator 2 introduces a new, more colorful Predator, with bronzed armor, and his face, when shown, is steeper and heavily fanged. After getting mixed up in an LA drug war, a lieutenant tracks him down and takes him out. This prompts his fellow Predator clan members to uncloak and pick up their defeated friend, with the eldest member honoring the lieutenant with an antique pistol for a fair fight. The crossover film, Alien vs. Predator, features 3 heavily armored predators with unique masks who set out to hunt a pack of xenomorphs in an ancient rite of passage. While two of the predators are taken out pretty quickly, the third one manages to defeat a xenomorph and marks his face in victory, leaving him exposed to a leaping facehugger. Apparently unharmed, the predator teams up with a young woman to take down a queen xenomorph, only to be mortally wounded in battle. A caped elder uncloaks himself and rewards the human friend with an alien weapon. The predator's body is then put on a ship, where it gives birth to the Predalien Chestburster. Aliens vs. Predator, Requiem, picks up with the Predalien, now fully grown, as he causes the ship to crash back on Earth. When he and a posse of facehuggers escape, a grizzled and scarred Predator sets out to confront the abominable combo. But whoever wins doesn't really matter, because the government nukes the city, putting an end to this crossover series. But the Predator franchise carries on with Predators, in which a group of criminals are dropped onto an alien planet to be hunted. Their opponents include a pair of tracking hounds. Predator hounds. A tusk-tracking predator that gets taken out by an exploding opponent. A bronze-armored predator with mechanical spying falcon drone who gets sliced by a sword-wielding Yakuza member. And finally, a large leader predator with a jawed biomass covering his bulbous head. He obliterates a weakened, classic-looking predator and eventually succumbs to wounds inflicted by a pair of hardened criminals. In the latest sequel, a shiny armored predator is knocked out and examined by a lab, which determines that he contains pieces of human DNA. He wakes up from the examination and sets out on a kill spree, only to be assassinated by a giant, heavily DNA-spliced predator, armed with his own pack of hounds. He snatches an autistic boy for DNA harvesting, but after losing his arm, gets taken down by an explosion and a round of bullets, confirming that there's no need to add extra DNA to an already perfect hunting creature.